This video is part of our complete breakdown of Jonathan Hickman's Marvel saga, the interconnected story that begins in Avengers and New Avengers, builds into Infinity, escalates through Time Runs Out, and ultimately reshapes the entire Marvel universe in Secret Wars. Every issue is connected. Every decision has consequences. And what happens here directly sets up everything that follows. So if you're following the full saga, let's continue the story. Previously, Black Panther saw another Earth hanging in the sky above Wakanda, an incursion, two universes colliding. Reed Richards explained what it means. The multiverse is collapsing. Universes are dying too early. When two Earths align, they collide. Every incursion lasts 8 hours. At the end, either both worlds are destroyed, or one Earth must die to save both universes. The Illuminati debated. Namor asked the question, "Who here would kill to save the world?" Captain America refused. "We do not destroy others to save ourselves." Instead, they chose to rebuild the Infinity Gauntlet, to push the other Earth away, to save both worlds, without sacrifice. But one gem is missing, the Mind Gem, lost with Charles Xavier, and time is running out. Now, New Avengers, Issue 3. New York. Henry McCoy sits alone at his desk. A lawyer stands before him. "As you know," the lawyer says, "the various joint trusts and holdings that you and your companions now have access to represent the majority of Charles Xavier's estate. There was, however, one additional item in the will, outside the executor's review. I was instructed to distribute it privately. In person. Dr. Henry McCoy, Charles Xavier wanted you to have this." Beast opens the envelope. Inside, one word. Remember. Henry exhales. "Oh, Professor, look what's happened to us." The word triggers something. A memory surfaces. Xavier's voice. "I have buried this memory deep within your mind, Henry. If you are recalling it, then you have received the trigger. And it also means I am gone." The memory continues. Xavier walks beside him. "We have known each other long enough to outgrow idealized views. You are no longer just a brilliant student, and I am no longer the wise professor. I have been as much a fool as any man." He stops before a hidden chamber. "I know you, Henry, and you know me. I hope you understand the burden I am about to place on you. It is the highest praise I can offer." He opens a secure vault. Inside are journals, records of clandestine activities. I have been part of something both necessary and unthinkable. And now, because of what else I have left here, so must you. He turns to Henry. "How do you know you are special?" Henry answers, "You always told me I was." The memory ends. Beast stands before the same vault in the present. The keypad waits. He enters the password. Gifted. The vault opens. Inside, the Mind Gem. The moment he takes it, a portal opens behind him. Captain America, Namor, Black Bolt, and Lockjaw. They step through. The legacy passes. The next day, Wakanda. Hank McCoy stands among the Illuminati. He is not officially one of them, but he holds the Mind Gem. Doctor Strange examines his hand. "You're going to feel a slight pinch." He makes a small incision. Hank reacts. "Ow!" Strange replies calmly. "Come now, Henry. You're embarrassing yourself." Reed steps forward with a device. "The implant in your palm serves several functions, Dr. McCoy. First, a limited communication system. It will broadcast simple commands. Run. Fight. Assemble." Hank looks at them. "Assemble, you say? Funny, I don't remember agreeing to join your little cabal. I've heard what you had to say. I'm not sure I should be here." Namor answers first. The beast makes a good point, Richards. We should take the gem and send him away. This one lacks the constitution for hard decisions. Hank responds sharply. The professor left the gem to me. Not you, Namor. He did it for a reason. Reed speaks evenly. I know. And Charles would be here himself if he were alive. He meant for you to take his place. He marked you, Henry. Just as we have marked each other. He gestures to the implant. That device also functions as a multiversal homing beacon. No matter what plane you are on, we will find you. Across the room, Tony adjusts machinery. Finally, it ties into this. Our early warning system. It will detect the harmonic alignment that precedes an incursion. We'll be the first to know when the world is ending. T'Challa turns to Reed. It's ready. Reed nods. Then let's test it. All of them raise their palms. Each implant activates. The system synchronizes. Captain America looks around. Well, that works. So what now? T'Challa answers plainly. Now we wait for another apocalypse. And hope your idea works, Captain. Silence. The plan is set. Time is not. Later, Necropolis. Reed Richards returns to the Black Swan's cell. She is eating. She looks up. What are these called again? French fries, Reed replies. She studies them. I have restrained myself for so long. Only eating what you would consider necessary sustenance. I had forgotten how wonderful food can taste. Reed answers evenly. It's good to indulge yourself from time to time. It makes you feel alive. It reminds you you're human. She smirks. I am your prisoner. I eat only what you provide. That makes this weakness yours, not mine. We should focus on the coming death of your world. Have you decided to accept your end? Or will you prepare an offering? Reed does not react. We have a plan. She leans forward. A plan? Tell me, and I will tell you how foolish it is. Reed answers directly. We have the Infinity Gems. We intend to reform the Infinity Gauntlet. She pauses. The stones. You mean Ina Abnaraktu? Yes. That is a good plan. Reed studies her. You recognize them. She nods slightly. The stones will not work outside their native universe. They have limitations. But they will buy you time. Reed replies, then it will be enough. She answers quietly. Say that again when your time runs out. Reed turns to leave. We're done for today. She calls after him. Thank you for the French fries, Reed Richards. They made everything brighter. He stops briefly. I pity the things you cling to. Thinking this problem cannot be solved. I do not believe that. She answers without hesitation. You pity me? I pity you. Thinking you have some say in how this ends. Days pass. 1 day, 2 days, 3, 4. On the 4th day, she whispers, Rabam Alal. It has begun. Gilgit-Baltistan, Pakistan, present time. The Illuminati stand in the mountains. Captain America scans the horizon. We're here. Spread out. He pauses. I don't see anything. Tony checks his readings. I'm registering the correct harmonics. But Reed cuts in. Tighten the beam. Tony adjusts. I was getting to it. There. 40 yards up the mountain face. Hank looks at his palm display. Less than 7 hours until collapse. Namor steps forward. I found the wall edge. They approach. The air shifts. Dark. Heavy. They cross the boundary. The sky changes. Brown. Muted. Another Earth hangs above them. Close. Too close. Captain America stares upward. My God. It's almost too much. Reed studies the atmosphere. At this range, there should be massive weather distortion. Instead, T'Challa finishes it. Serene. Quiet. Like the world has already surrendered. Tony analyzes the readings. The physics are interesting. If the normal laws don't apply, there may be possibilities. He stops himself. Later. Now we work. The team forms a circle. Mind gem, reality gem, power gem, space gem, time gem, soul gem. Doctor Strange speaks. Focus on the stones. Imagine the 6 becoming one. They want to be together. Energy rises. The gems respond. Light bends. Reality shifts. The Infinity Gauntlet forms. Complete. Across the universe, Uatu the Watcher observes. On the moon, Galactus senses it. On Ulthar Prime, Thanos looks up. On Titan, they all feel it. The gauntlet has been reassembled. The Earth above continues to descend. Captain America looks at Reed. What now? Reed answers. We use the gauntlet. We push the other Earth away. End the incursion. The moment has come. Captain America asks, who wields it? Tony answers immediately. You do. Steve hesitates. For this, maybe Reed. Or T'Challa. Tony shakes his head. No. This was your plan. The gauntlet is an extension of will. You can't make an idea real if you don't believe in it. Namor scoffs. What ridiculous nonsense. Hank steps forward. No, it isn't. Put it on, Steve. Save the world. Steve breathes once. Stand back. He reaches forward, grabs the gauntlet, slides it onto his hand. Power floods him. He gasps. So much power. I can feel the heavens, the earth, the space between. Tony points upward. Then do it. Send it back. Steve raises his hand toward the other Earth. Energy erupts. A beam strikes the sky. Reed watches closely. Earth is like an island breaking the surface of an ocean. He's pushing an entire universe. The descending Earth slows. Reed whispers, "It's working." Strange narrows his eyes. It won't be enough. Tony shouts, "Push it, Steve! Send it back!" Steve roars, pouring everything into the gauntlet. All will, all force, all belief. The sky trembles, reality strains, the other Earth shudders, and begins to move away. Reed's voice rises. Yes! Can you feel that? Strange suddenly stiffens. Something is wrong. Tony checks readings. Vibration feedback. That's not... The energy reverses. A shockwave explodes outward. Steve is blasted backward. The others are thrown aside. The gauntlet fractures. Light shatters. The stones break. The time gem is gone. Vanished. Silence. Dust settles. Hank struggles to stand. What was that? What just happened? Steve stares at his empty hand. They're gone. I gave it one final push. The sky snapped back. And then... they were gone. I don't know what happened. Namor rises slowly. Cold, controlled fury. I do. He steps forward. You just killed us all. He punches Steve, hard, You incompetent fool. You've killed us all. Steve absorbs the blow. Namor. Namor strikes again. The two fall into a brutal fight. Not strategy, not calculation, just anger. Hope is gone. The gauntlet is gone. The stones are destroyed. The incursion remains stopped, but their greatest weapon is lost. The sky above stabilizes. The other Earth recedes. For now.
Later. Necropolis. Wakanda.
Steve stands beside T'Challa, outside the chamber. It's peaceful out here, Steve says. We've been screaming at each other for hours. T'Challa answers calmly. Necropolis is a city of noble warriors. They never knew defeat. It suits you. Steve turns to him. I know I see things in black and white. That's who I am. But where that conversation is headed, they're going to do it. They're going to talk themselves into compromising who we are. Because it's easier. Because we're desperate. It's wrong. He looks directly at T'Challa. I won't sit there and watch it happen. So before we go back in, I need to know, are you with me? T'Challa answers immediately. When have you ever known me not to do the right thing? They re-enter the chamber. 10 minutes later, all of them seated. Steve stands first. I'm sorry. I know tempers are high. Maybe I could have done something differently. But we stopped an incursion. We succeeded. We're still here. Doctor Strange responds. There is a difference. We lost the instrument that made that success possible. The gauntlet is gone. Now we have nothing. What happens if another incursion begins in 10 minutes? Steve answers firmly. We'll find another way. And we'll do it without sacrificing who we are. Strange replies. That is another way of saying, I hope. And after what we've seen, how can I find comfort in that? Steve looks around the table. I know I'm asking a lot. But some of you agree with me. Some of us still believe in doing things the right way. Isn't that right, T'Challa? T'Challa does not hesitate. No. Steve freezes. But you said... T'Challa cuts him off. I told you I would do the right thing. How I feel means nothing. My personal desires mean nothing. My people are everything. In this, I am not a man. I am a nation, and I will do whatever it takes. The room shifts. The fracture is complete. The chamber is silent. Steve turns from T'Challa to the others. And you, Black Bolt? Is your crown heavy as well? Black Bolt says nothing, but he inclines his head. No. Namor steps forward. What did you expect, Rogers? The preservation of your soul at the expense of everything we hold dear? Steve looks to Hank. What about you? Can you still find humanity in that giant heart of yours? Hank answers carefully. Far be it from me to stand obstinate in the face of the history represented in this room. But are you seriously asking a mutant what he is prepared to do to stave off extinction? Reed speaks next. Steve, your demeanor undermines the case you are making. You're acting as though these decisions are not difficult for us as well. It is insulting. Steve does not back down. You will lose yourself in this, Reed. You will wake up one day and not recognize the man in the mirror. Reed answers without anger. You seem surprised I would sacrifice myself for my family. Why? I am sorry. I cannot let this happen. I know you people. You're going to build a machine. A weapon. You'll tell yourselves it's only for the worst-case scenario. Then the question won't be, should we build it? It will be, when do we use it? And one by one, you'll convince yourselves it's necessary. It's the lesser evil. Isn't that right, brother? Steve turns to Tony. Tony looks at him, conflict in his face. Damn it, Steve. Why do you always have to be this way? Steve's voice softens. What? Tony looks toward Strange. Do it, Stephen. Silence. Dr. Strange steps forward. I'm sorry, Captain. We have no choice. Mystic energy forms around his hands. You were never here. You will remember none of this. Steve looks around the table. At Reed, at Namor, at Black Bolt, at T'Challa. Magic strikes. White light, a psychic severing. In that instant, Reed remembers the Black Swan's words. You pity me? I pity you. Thinking you have some say in how this ends. Steve collapses. The spell takes hold. The memory of the Illuminati, the Incursions, the debate, the betrayal, all gone. He was never here. The others stand in silence. The decision has been made. The righteous man has been removed from the room. This is the moment everything changes. And later, Captain America wakes from a nightmare. Fragments of faces around a table. Tension, accusation, gone before he can hold them. That moment is what we saw in Avengers 2013, issue number 1, when Tony approaches Steve about expanding the Avengers. When Steve feels unsettled, something missing, something wrong. Tony stands in two worlds, publicly building a larger Avengers team, privately working with the Illuminati, preparing for what Steve would never allow. Captain America never knew, because they made sure he couldn't. From here onward, the Illuminati operate without Captain America, and the path toward Time Runs Out truly begins.
Click on the right to watch the full Jonathan Hickman saga playlist in chronological order. Click on the left to see the previous issue. Subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next chapter. The story only gets bigger from here.